need to talk to you about our healer seers, those who are still alive and those who have left us. I'm going to close my eyes and speak while thinking, so that the Spirit can express itself through me. This is a remembrance. We call this remembrance Wakiksuya, which means to remember again, to travel into the past, to be in communion with the spirits, to receive their message, to recall departed friends, to hear their voices once more, and even to the point of receiving a vision. I'm not going to show you ghosts. I'm simply going to lean back, close my eyes, and surrender myself to someone else. I'll just keep speaking, and the words will find their way. I am a man of craft, a medicine man. That's quite a plain expression. Honestly, I wish there were a term that translated medicine man more accurately. But I can't find one in English, and I don't think you can either. So let's just say medicine man and leave it at that. But the expression is still lacking and doesn't cover everything that the Indian term Wikaza Wakan means to us. We have different names for different men performing different tasks, whereas you only have a single inadequate term. First, we distinguish the healer, the Bijuta Wikaza, who uses herbs. He does not heal with herbs alone. He must also possess the Wakan power to heal. Next, we have the Uwipi, the man with bound wrists who uses the power of animal skins and stones to diagnose and provide remedies. We also speak of the Wayatan, the seer who has been given the ability to foresee future events. The events that occur in accordance with these prophecies we call Wakinyanpi. The word refers to the winged creatures, those who fly in the air, because the power to reveal the future comes from them. But I believe that the only true healer seer worthy of the name is the Wikaza Wakan, the holy man. He can heal, prophesy, speak to the herbs, command the stones, lead the sun dance, or even change the weather, but all this matters little to him. This is merely a succession of different stages. He himself transcends them. He stands beyond them. He possesses the Wakanya Wuanyenke, or great vision. The Wikaza Wakan prefers to be alone. He truly wants to continue to be Wikaza, completely apart from the ordinary crowd and the mundane everyday life. He enjoys meditating, leaning against a tree trunk or a rock, feeling the earth move beneath his feet, sensing above him the weight of the vast, blazing sky. It is under such conditions that he can envision the state of the world. With his eyes closed, he clearly perceives many phenomena. Only his inner vision of the world matters. The Wikaza Wakan loves silence, a heavy silence, with a voice like thunder, which sustains many subjects. Such a man delights in a place where nothing can be heard but the buzzing of insects. He sits facing the west, imploring for help. He speaks to the plants and they answer him. He listens to the voices of Wama Kaskan, that is, of all the animal creatures on the surface of the earth. He is one with them. From all living beings, a constant emanation reaches him, and he transmits this force. I cannot say where it comes from nor what it consists of, but that is how it is, and I know what I am talking about. One becomes a Pejuta Wikaza, a visionary healer, because a dream tells you to be one. No man dreams of remedies and treatments that heal. You only practice in the areas where you feel capable. This is not an inherited gift. You work to acquire it. You fast, you rely on dreams, but not always successfully. It is true that in some families there are lines of good visionary healers, and it is very useful to have among your relatives a holy man who teaches you and tries to pass on his powers to you. Very useful, but not always. Healers are not horses, not a breed for breeding. To be a visionary healer, you must cultivate visionary abilities in nature. From the west spreads the power of the bison. From the north, the visionary healer receives the power of the beings who are in the thunder. From the east, that of the spirit of the horse and the elk. The south, for its part, transmits the power attached to the spectre. From the sky above him, he will receive the wisdom of the great eagle. From the earth beneath him, the nourishment of the mother. This is the way to become a Wikaza Wakan, to learn the secret language, to speak of the sacred, to use stones, herbs, and the Chanum Pawakan, the sacred pipe. I healed with the power that passed through me. Of course, it wasn't me who was doing the healing. It was the power that came from the other world. The visions and the ceremonies had simply made me a hole through which the power had the possibility to reach the two-legged ones. If I had thought it was my own doing, the hole would have closed, and no power could have passed through. Anything I would have done then would have been senseless. The second piece is the one that is created between two individuals. The third is the one that unites two nations. But above all this, it must be understood that peace will not be possible between nations until we are convinced that true peace, as I have often said, is found at the very heart of the human soul. The white men whom we call Washichu have put us in these square boxes. Our power has left us and we are going to die because the power is no longer within us. Look at our boys and see what we have become. When we lived by the power of the circle, as we were meant to, our boys became men at 12 or 13 years old. Now it takes them much longer to mature. But things are as they are. We are prisoners of war as long as we wait here. But there is another world.
Mitakiwasin.